Plan your composition. If you're going to self-publish, make sure that there's an outlet for your piece. La Voix de Syrinx. What have you spotted? Trusty stick in hand. It's time for a walk and a chat. Well, we're here in Sussex one more time. Just going to show you this wonderful view here. Let's have a look. Fields. And of course Shyla, who is kind of stuck there and prancing a little bit. Yeah, it's evening. Music is taking a turn for the better. I won a prize. Let's go back home and find out exactly what I'm talking about. Six, seven. Let's make a move. Fortune cookies. Well, this one is the sequel to the fortune cookie one where we had, oops, look at this, has already opened this one. Said, good news coming from far away. This one says, you have to be in it to win it. Yes, of course you do. So you have to publish in order to get something published. You have to be in the process. Music publishing is like that. You have to be in it to win it, to get a publication. I entered La Voix de Syrinx for the Claude Debussy International Music Prize. I've won a prize. And you remember the fortune cookie did say there would be good news from afar, and I guess France is from afar. I was in it. I put my entry in, and La Voix de Syrinx won a gold prize with a special mention for creativity. And creativity is always a good thing if you're a composer. So let's leave La Voix de Syrinx to one side. Let's go way, way back to some of the stuff I wrote when I was a kid. Look at this. This is a manuscript book. And I look back on these and I think, why did I write these? But there you are. It's all done by hand, right? Real dedication to write things by hand. Every single dot on the page makes a sound. And did I get it played? I did get it played. If you don't get it played, it's kind of the sound of silence, isn't it, really? So you've made that huge effort, to write the sonata. Here is a sonata. Who writes a sonata at the age of 14? Well, I guess classical composers did. I wrote this entire sonata, and the darned thing goes on for pages and pages and pages and pages. Every note here by pencil and a ruler. Not really the way to do it for manuscript. They don't use rulers that much, do they? Real composers don't. I actually did perform it a couple of times at school, and everyone applauded and said, oh, this is really good. But then we come to new pieces of music that we do, and you think, okay, how am I going to get this played? So here's one here I have called Hymnus 117, which is based on Psalm, Roland, hold it to the side, Psalm 117, Laudate Dominum. I think it's very beautiful. So I got a cellist to come and play this. He played it beautifully. And then I got a singer. She came and sang it absolutely beautifully. I had the words ready. It's Laudate Dominum, Joanna Songi, who's quite local here in Lewis. And both these people are international stars. Pavlos Carvalho, Brazilian cellist. If you want your piece of music played, you've got to pay someone to play it or play it yourself. So you end up writing a lot of flute music if you're a flute player, and you end up writing a lot of piano music if you're a pianist. And if you're just a composer but not playing anything, then it's trickier, isn't it, really? Well, I had this crazy idea of a suite of movements based on 4 marimbas. 4 marimbas, not just one marimba, but 4 marimbas. And I thought, well, this is going to sound great, so this is brilliant. I was trying to demonstrate to students how you pan to the left, you pan to the right, you can pan to the middle. Surround sound, you can go left, right, up above you, behind you, to that side, to that side. What a great way of recording things. And so I ended up panning these marimba sounds in 4 different ways. And it ended up being for 4 marimbas. Has it been played? No. But I've recorded it, and it sounds pretty good. But I didn't record it with 4 marimbas. I sequenced it for 4 marimbas. And then I said, well, if I haven't got marimbas, they're like £20,000 each. 4 marimbas would be 100 grand's worth of marimbas. And then you need 4 marimba players. Well, that's going to be £250 each marimba player to play your marimba flute piece. Oh, and then there's strings, and then there's percussion, and then there's a cello part as well. So you're up to about £3,000, £4,000 just to kick off to get a recording of your work. That's a big outlay, isn't it? So let's have a quick listen to it. It's quite good. You have to pay somebody to play these pieces, because if you don't, where are you going to get an orchestra from? And if you haven't got a promoter to do that, then you have to plan concerts, and you also have to really promote yourself, because nobody else is going to promote you unless you are very lucky and you have a promoter that is going to be doing that kind of work for you. In terms of self-publishing, the audio recordings are worth doing well, and they're worth releasing, because people do actually like the music when they listen to it and they think, wow, this is a great piece of music, thank you. Where do I get that from? I said, well, you can get it on iTunes, or you can get it on Amazon, or you can get it and give you a freebie, have a key USB stick, no longer on CD, but plan your composition. If you're going to self-publish, make sure that there's an outlet for your piece. Voix de Syrinx does have an outlet. In fact, I'm off to a flute convention middle of August and hope to network with a few flute players and run this idea past them and see if they'll take it on, just to play it. That's kind of the idea, is to distribute your work and get it played, whether it's a string quartet or whether it's a flute solo or whether it's, for a piece or an arrangement. Here it tells you, as they say, you've got to be in it to win it. I think it's time. Yes, you've been a good girl, haven't you? Well done. Very patient. You've got some supper coming. I'm very pleased to have won a competition. I've never won a competition before. Fade the chomp.